Hi everyone, this is Lois Croats. We are announcing a brand new KLAS initiative in regard to payer-provider alignment and collaboration. Joining me today is my colleague Boyd Stewart, who is leading this initiative. Hello, Boyd.
Hey, Lois, it's good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for joining me today. Yeah, I guess my first question is, why is KLAS launching this provider-payer initiative?
Well, as you know, it's a challenge at times for both health systems and payers as they look at the back and forth and just the process that we go through in revenue cycle, in payer contracting, and patient payments on both sides of this equation. And both sides are struggling and struggle working together at times. And as they both have differing initiatives and incentives, finding ways to work together for the benefit of the consumer and the patient.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I particularly appreciate your comment related to how they are having a shared vision, and we are really trying to focus on what we can accomplish as a common good because they have this common pain. Could you share a little bit more? What are some of the key steps and components within this initiative?
Yeah, I mean, there's threefold. There's the three main pieces of this initiative right now. Mm-hmm. One is convening, getting passionate people together from both sides of the aisle, right? Health plans, providers, as well as the vendors that play in the middle here as well, to come to the table, work together, and just find commonality, common ground, and ways that we can build better bridges. Mm-hmm. Secondly, we want to highlight the successes that are happening. There's successes galore, and a lot of times we forget that. You know, a lot of times we get trapped into thinking this is a challenge across the board, and there really is a lot of innovation, a lot of things happening with health plans and with providers where they're working to find a common success. And so what we're doing is validating what we're calling these are points of light, showing the art of the possible, mm-hmm. and really interviewing both parties and including vendors there too, where all parties can raise their hand and say, yeah, this is a successful endeavor and an engagement that we're working through.
That's great.
And then thirdly is right now, when health plans and providers work together, they do a good job of measuring how they do it on their own with the health plans and the providers that they work with. But they don't always have a good sense of how they're doing compared to others. And so we're working to benchmark some key metrics that can show them how they're doing compared to the peers in their region, mm-hmm. with the different health plans and the providers that they're working with. What this will do is, in KLAS, what we'll do is take our usual approach where we're going to be able to share both qualitative and quantitative metrics to hopefully give extremely actionable insights for both parties to then go and collaborate and improve the way they're working together.
Yeah, interesting. Those are three pretty cool approaches that we're taking here.
Yeah, I mean, some may say we're punching above our weight. I mean, this has been a challenge in healthcare.
Yes.
But it is exciting. And
mm-hmm.
there's, like you said, there's a lot of energy around this whenever we talk to anyone. And mm-hmm. there's a lot of people that feel like they have it's a complex challenge, but there's pieces of this where people say, hey, we have a silver bullet for this piece, for mm-hmm. this slice of that pie. And we'll work to validate that and either show that, yeah, that's the case or it's not. But what we find from both health plans and providers is there is a desire. There's a known challenge here where there's opportunities to improve the efficiency in the way they work together.
So Boyd, if these passionate folks, providers, payers, and vendors, they want to be part of our initiative, part of the movement, how do they engage? What do they do?
So there's a few ways to engage, right? One would be, talking about the points of light. I'd say if you're a health plan, a provider, or a vendor, and you are working together, with others that, and you feel like you're doing something innovative that really is lifting both the health plan, the provider, and the vendor, and all three parties say, hey, this is going well, and this is something that can be replicated. This is something that others should consider. Reach out to us. We'd be excited to go and validate that. Secondly, I'd say, one of the things that as we talk to providers as they want to submit their benchmark data and kind of start down that path, they'll say, we work with vendors that have this data too. I wonder if we could raise our hand and have our vendors submit it for us. We're a willing party. And so, if you're a vendor or a provider or health plan there and want to kind of participate in that manner, we'd be happy to figure out ways that we can work together. As you know, some of these metrics in healthcare aren't very standardized. There's a lot of different health systems and health plans and vendors that use similar terms, but they measure them with subtle differences, right? And so getting to the right metrics so that we feel confident that as we benchmark those, that it is an apples to apples comparison is critical. And so a lot of the health systems and health plans we've talked to said, hey, there's vendor partners we have here that could be a key part of this, that we would love their help on this. And then thirdly, we have an annual summit. This year it's going to be May 24th and 25th in Salt Lake City. Spacing's limited, specifically for the vendors at this time. But if you're a vendor, a health plan, or a provider, and you're passionate about reducing the friction and the administrative waste here, reach out, and we'd love to see if we can find a spot for you to come and work together with these others. It's a limited kind of symposium. It's kind of a workshop table. It's going to be a lot of breakouts, but it's a day and a half of just a lot of great work together. And it's great as everyone takes off their hats, their payer hat, their health system hat, their vendor hat, and just works together for the common good of healthcare.
Yes.
Of which our patients, our consumers of healthcare are at the center.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that we're trying to help at the end of this.
Yeah. I'm sure there will be some healthy wrestle going on at the summit.
Yeah, and wrestle, yes, and healthy, yes.
Yes.
It's amazing. We've had this summit before, and it's amazing to see kind of the collaboration that you can see even coming out of that room. Now, putting that into action and some of those things, obviously there's challenges getting that thing, but it's great to see the leaders that come from these different groups and really want to pull the levers that they can to make this happen.
Yeah.
It's going to be a wild ride.
Yes, it is going to be. And I feel we are so fortunate to be part of this great effort where we can help both providers and payers succeed and make an impact in industry.